Welcome back. We took some minutes because we are talking about smart travel. Sometimes smart communications, they get in the middle, they stuck us a little bit. So we have now ready for the next speaker. He's been with us in other editions of Smart Travel in Braganza. He's a distinguished researcher and professor. Everyone knows him in Portugal. Everyone knows him around the world. He's one of the authority voices for smart tourism, and we are so happy to have you with us, Dimitrios Buhalis. I'm going short on your biography because it's huge. So Professor Dimitrios is a strategic management and marketing expert with specialization in information communication technology applications in tourism, travel, hospitality and leisure. He's the director of the e-Tourism Lab and deputy director of the International Center for Tourism and Hospitality Research at the Bournemouth University Business School in England. Welcome, Dimitrios. It's a great honor to have you with us again in another edition of Smart Travel, this time in the digital, but we are looking forward to listen what you have to say about all the situation we are living with the pandemic. Welcome and thank you again.
Thank you, Vitor. Let's say bon dia, alegria. That's the most beautiful Portuguese words I know, and I missed you in Braganza and having the real experience. I'm not sure if you can see my slides. Can you see my slides? Can you see my slides? Yes, you can. Okay, great. Okay, thank you very much. I think I'm going to go quickly because I know that you don't have a lot of time. I think COVID, everybody knows by now what has happened. And the situation with COVID is that it's a crisis unlike any other. From the beginning, I started looking into what we need to do with COVID. And I said, we really need to look into humanity, solidarity, leadership, and resilience. It's absolutely critical that we engage with our communities and make sure that we support our communities to go over those things. And we need absolutely to look into the solidarity and make sure that all our communities are engaged. I think what COVID has given us is moving away from me to we. And I think it's critical that communities come forward with supporting a range of different kind of services, especially for those people that they need most. So this is from London. There were several initiatives that they started to feed the NHS, the National Health Service, and a lot of the hotel companies around the world came forward and provided accommodation, provided services for those people who are fighting to support those people in the medical services. A lot of people were cooking for them. A lot of and some initiatives happen. So this is one of my favorite examples. This is tomarouli, the lettuce. It's a Greek little restaurant run by an Italian lady called Mara, who is cooking for those people that they need food. So she lives outside 250 portions of food every day for those people who need the food. And then she creates the community, an ecosystem of people who will give ingredients for her to cook. And I think we've seen a lot of solidarity, kind of kindness coming forward. As far as tourism is concerned, we are not going to the past. We are going to a new future where the new future may be a little bit irrelevant to what we used to do in the past. So we really need to understand how to prepare people and the industry for the new normal. And the new normal will really engage in, will really reignite tourism. We refocus, we design, and we re-engineer. And I think technology and smartness is really critical, and your conference is really dealing with a range of different tools that is going to help us dealing with that. I think what we see is that increasingly we've got smart travelers, and we've got people who manage to do a whole range of different things in their life by using digital tools. And what we'll see is that everybody is now interconnected, and everybody gained incredible digital skills in a very short period of time, managing those things. As far as smart systems is concerned in the industry, we found a lot of applications that came forward to help people engage with different kind of systems and realities, and develop real-time solutions to situations. Because the COVID situation was that it constantly changed things that we were doing in the past, and it constantly engaged in different actors in other destinations looking to how can we operate together. Uh, I'm going quickly through slides because I know that you don't have time, but some of the critical technological disruption will be coming from a range of different technologies, including 5G, RFID, artificial intelligence, mobile and wearables, and apps, cryptos and blockchains, that will bring a range of different innovations in the marketplace. And those innovations will give us tools that are going to bring the supply chain and demand networks together in the place where we're creating magic. This is where virtual reality and augmented reality is going to be helping us, location-based services, SOCOMO, and autonomous devices. So in order to do that, we need to have a range of different technologies that they're coming together, and they're all helping in creating that kind of magic in the middle. And you can see the publications and you can see the detail, because obviously there's not enough time to go through all of those things to understand how this will disrupt the industry and what the industry should be able to do. Now, something that we call SOCOMO is how we take advantage of social media, context-based information, and mobile devices and wearables. So increasingly what's going to happen is that all of those things will come in the marketplace, and in real time will start operating a range of different initiatives in order to create value for those people in the marketplace. So increasingly we're talking about now. And now is about the situations and the context that you've got in the marketplace. It's location-based. It's really looking at mentions, hashtags, sentiments, trending topics, keywords and keynotes, and competitors, and everything is going to come into understanding what is happening now in the marketplace and what is the best solution in order to address now. Now, this is based on real-time triggers that you can see here that brings a range of different activities that are happening from brands for businesses and services and from consumers. And then in real time, we co-create experiences and we identify value that we can operate. Nowness is based on co-creation, it's data-driven, is consumer-enabled, is empowering experiences, and it's in real time. I think we've never seen in tourism and in travel anything like that, because what has always happened is that people design products and services and they brought them in the marketplace. I think increasingly what we'll see is that artificial intelligence and smart systems will operate dynamically. We'll see that a lot of the products will constantly be on beta, and we'll see that a lot of the engagement is going to happen in real time. This is accelerated by COVID, because in COVID, context and location-based services are absolutely critical for managing these things, and gradually we're going to what I call ambient intelligence. And again, you'll see the publication there and the detail where smart systems will bring everyday environments together, propelling interconnectivity and interoperability of all the systems, vehicles, and devices through the Internet of Everything, through the and eventually the Internet of Bodies. This is the new research that we're looking at, the Internet of Bodies, where we bring information about bodies through wearables and a whole range of other things to operate with the environment. Technological developments will include artificial intelligence, machine learning, ambient connectivity through a wide range of area connectivity. and will bring all the different environments together. I'll leave you with this because I don't really have a lot of time to go through a range of different things. Ambient intelligence is going to bring Internet of Things, the Internet of Everything, 5G, RFID, mobile devices, applications, cryptocurrency and blockchains, sensors and beacons, pervasive computing, gamification, and artificial intelligence, machine learning, all of them together to serve those customers. Now, on the short period of time, COVID is actually determining a lot of the conditions and the context for these customers, but eventually we're going to go to different things. So, Victor, that's 15 minutes to kind of get you to the 3 o'clock, because I know that you've got another session lined up. This is where people can stay in touch, and this is how they can communicate with me. Thank you very much.
Time, but I cannot lose the chance to ask you and have you with us and ask you a couple of questions. We still have time for that. And I know you are advising destinations around the world right now in this complex situation related with the pandemic. So my first question is, what are the major concerns of the destinations? What they are asking you about, or the academia or the other researchers? What kind of help are they asking?
Well, most of the destinations, they would like to go back to normality. So most of the destinations are really preoccupied in turning the clock back and go to 2019. There is almost a denial process where people kind of feel, oh my God, this is not happening. We really need to go back to 2019. I'll tell you, in the UK every day we're losing about 500 people are dying every day. I think we exceeded the 60,000 people who have died in the last few months because of COVID. And I think what you see in different countries, in Greece about 100 people per day right now. I'm not sure what's happening in Portugal, but there's a huge disruption, and of course nobody likes the disruption. But I think it's really critical to see how can we learn from this disruption, and what can we do differently in order to benefit for the future. I keep explaining to people that, when something bad happens, you don't have a choice to turn the time back, but you really need to reflect what can you do in order to look into what you will do in the future and how the future will be better for you and everybody who's around you. And I think COVID is giving us some opportunities to actually look into some of the future kind of actions.
You were also talking before 2020, talking about the need to manage the over-tourism and the massive tourism in some destinations. They were becoming unsustainable all over the world. So do you think the tools that we were discussing previously to 2020 are the same or need to be different now that destinations don't have any clients, don't have any tourists, the hotels are empty, the airlines are not flying anymore? What kind do you think? Is the same system, or we need to disrupt the system?
Okay, this is a complex question that takes a lot of answers. The first thing is I've never talked about over-tourism. I don't believe in over-tourism. I don't think that anything exists like over-tourism before. I think what existed was badly managed tourism. And I think the current capacity was not managed properly, the pricing was not managed properly, and most of the destinations are not actually managing the destination as a destination. Imagine if every destination was like Disneyland. How would they manage in a very different way? I can see Porto on your background there. Imagine if Porto was managed like Disneyland. It would have been in a very different way. So what we'll see is what we see right now is a situation where we've got a lot of deferred demand. So what's going to happen once we've got the vaccine? A lot of people will actually rush to travel and to engage with this activity. So a lot of people will go back. We will need to manage this rush. And we've seen in China, where these things have happened already, that people were in a different kind of, they went out in the destinations and they're operating in the destinations. So we need to use the tools. We've got the tools. The tools are there. It's a matter of management and leadership on how we're going to use the smart tools and the smart technology and the smart tourism to actually manage demand and manage flows and manage carrying capacity and make sure that everybody gets benefits out of this activity. And I think this is where it's really, really critical. It's not a matter of technology. It's a matter of leadership, how we're going to go forward.
Thank you so much, Dimitrios. It's a great pleasure to hear you and listen to your insights. Maybe we can, in the future, finally meet again in Portugal, in Greece, in London, everywhere where we can meet. And we thank you once again to be with us in this Smart Travel 2020.
Obrigadíssimo.
Obrigado.